Yeah, poor Tabby. I mean, she's used to me going on with these 20-minute poems all the time. Well, don't worry. I got a couple of long ones coming for you here. All right, the next one is called The Scrap of Red. Tall Zim, glad you could make it. Folks, this is Zim, my good friend. He's a guard over in the Sim of Atara, which is non-Gorian, but it's a very cool place, and it's one of my favorite places to go fish. I was there fishing earlier today. Did you see me there, Sim? Well, Zim, go ahead and pull up a piece of the... we have cushions and whatnot on the logs over there by the campfire. Just wherever you're going to feel comfortable. Pull up a chair. Pull up a seat. Get comfortable. You're about ready for a couple of the old epic poems. Do you need a moment or two to res? Yeah, that's what I thought. It's a resing thing. All right, this next poem, I can't say that it's one of my favorites, but it was certainly one of the most vivid poems I ever wrote. As I imagine the scene, something odd happens. It happens occasionally when I really get into a poem. I was not only plotting the poem, but I was there, I was in it, I could see it, I could smell it, I could hear things, I could feel things. All my senses were involved in my mind. And after a while, I was having to write around the tear spots because it was just driving me crazy. It was so realistic, the vivid images I was having in my head. But then again, sometimes poems can do that for you. And when poems do that as I'm writing it, I sometimes like to say that the poem existed before I wrote it down. It was just looking for the right pen to put it to words. And that's one of these poems. In this case, The Scrap of Red. Here I stand on the wall waiting for the attack, staring out into a night that is inky black. The anticipation makes my throat sticky dry. Back home my woman will stay up all night and cry. She waits to see if I will live or I will die. Priest Kings knows I'm no red cast. I just own a shop. But our wall is thinly manned. The attacks won't stop until we repulse them or their assault prevails. Then our women will be on their chains, absent their veils. Our children sold, our leaders rotting in their jails. So I sat down Syrah, my soulmate and FC, and told her that our Reds and Homestone needed me. You'll be up against warriors. What can you do? She calmed some when I said, I can shoot my bow true. On our walls we'll win, and I will come back to you. On those walls we feel hot wind, alarm a Tarn's breath. Descending towards us comes our impending death. Its razor talons and beak rip men from the wall. Then it shrieks a high note. I hear pain in its call. As our Tarn wire shreds its wings, it begins to fall. The Tarns are the first attack, but won't be the last. Soon come the catapults, stones hurling past. The wall shudders as a hit shakes us to the bone. A close hit knocks me down and cracks our wall of stone. The walkway collapses. I lay stunned and alone. Where's my helm? Where are my friends? Where are our red cast? The wall shakes and sways. We need reinforcements fast. Soon this piece of wall will fall. The breach will be here. Frantically I try to run to a tower near, as arrows zip by and the occasional spear. At the tower door I yell, "Open for a friend!" I'm pulled in, I sniff and gag. The stench would offend a port car ert. Inside there's wounded and death smell. High up above, I hear a commanding voice yell, "Give it to them, archers! Let loose your rain of hell!" That's something I can do. My bow's still on my back. I climb up to the platform. Below's the attack. An old red paces just behind our little band. Here's our chance to help drive out the foe from our land. The graybeard barks out, "Draw!" Our strings pull back as one. Could this be our best chance to see this battle won? I let my draw hand nestle against my right cheek. My knees want to buckle, but I can't appear weak. Fear grips my belly. Then I hear the red cast speak. "Loose!" My hand lets go. The arrow leaps off my string. We watch and listen as 24 arrows sing. They drop towards the shadows that are moving down there. The anguish cries as points find flesh. Stand straight, my hair. How long can either side stand this horrid affair? We become death's machine. We load, pull, and release. Each man calls out, "Last arrow!" Will this slaughter cease? Take the quivers from the dead. Reload best you can. I'm sprayed with warm blood. A quarrel hit the next man. Find that crossbowman! Over the edge my eyes scan. Ah! My ribs sting! I fall down. I see a line of red on my tunic, more to my right, and I'd be dead. Odd what comes to your mind when death is on the hunt, wounded all around you and bad men to your front. I saw her face, my sweet Sira, soft and pleasant. A gentle tear ran down her cheek. She smiled and said, "In my heart you'll always live after you are dead. So, my love, don't fear the sword nor the arrow's flight. Within me you'll always be burning ever bright. Now, rise up, my love, and get back into the fight." How brave Sira is. She didn't try to delay me from my duty. She knew this is my last day. I will use her courage. I struggle to my feet. I aim and send to our foe one more sharp-tipped treat. We're badly outnumbered, so clear is our defeat. There's only a half a dozen of us that remain when we hear the steady call of our Red's refrain. "They're flanking us, lads! We're cut off from the main square. We'll find our way through. Find friendly swords and prepare. For our final defense, our Ubar will be there. Our burly leader draws his sword and leads the way. How he fights! Those he can't kill, he drives away. We have knives. I use my bow as a quarterstaff. In the struggle, a blade cuts clean through my calf. Somehow we break through. The process, we've lost half. In the square, our Ubar rallies barely threescore, that at the start had been at least 300 more. I tie some cloth round my leg, then limp to the line, where all our archers form up. A total of 9. Our grand old Red is there. He shouts, "You're looking fine." I have 2 wounds steeping red. He has at least 10. But he's still smiling as he yells, "We'll die, free men! Let them see how much they can fetch for all our bones." Behind me the wounded howl, agonizing groans. We pull arrows from our dead and stack paving stones. "80 spears cut us down like a ripe field of grain. Another volley, men break, wounded scream in pain. Our warriors in front, now just a single file, build barricades with stones and bodies in a pile. Our Ubar shouts out defiant words all the while. We notched used arrows, already covered in gore. Red laughs, "Ha ha! With these, we can send them a few rounds more." Flickering fires glint off advancing shields nearby. "Red, it's been an honor." I look him in the eye. "Glad to have fought at your side," is his firm reply. He takes off the soaked bandage wrapped around his head and tears off the part that is the bloodiest red. He smiles as on my tunic he pins the scrap fast. "With this I make you one of the warrior caste. Now let's show them how long 2 men like us can last." Their front rank slams into ours. In its final charge, a foe appears. Straight into his face I discharge. My final arrow, it's gone. I unstring my bow. I use it as a crutch. My legs numb to the toe. They're breaking through! Red fells one with the single blow. It's desperate times, hand to hand, our Ubar goes down. Enemy are already plundering the town. We're now just a knot of men fighting back to back. We have courage and steel. It's numbers that we lack. Oh, there are so few of us for the last attack. I look around, how few. Less than a dozen stand, huddled around our homestone, the last of our land. "Brother!" Red shouts. "You're red now! Let me hear the call of one last command!" I yell out, "Before we fall, for our women and homestone, charge! And kill them all!" Laughing like a child as his sword flashed left and right. Red thrust, parried, maimed, and slew. A glorious sight. Right behind him, I stab and slice. Then he goes down. I'm hit From behind! I fall. My lips kiss the ground. My attacker rolls me over, his face a frown. Then he smiles. He sees the scrap of red on my chest. Brother, I will make it quick. You fought your best. He stands astride my chest. I can't stop his attack. His blade strikes home. In the pain, my world fades to black. One thought. My dear Sarah, I won't be coming